But the only issue is that leaves many residents without water and forces them to use portable toilets in the meantime while maintenance takes place.
Well, because of issues that are going on with water damage throughout the building, open panels, open pipes, and pipes busting and stuff, and it's just a lot of issues that are going on.
Gary May is just one resident who is fed up with living conditions at the Housing Authority of South Bend. But the main focus of his anger is the lack of transparency regarding the plumbing. Today, plumbing repairs were scheduled to be done, forcing the water to be turned off, leaving many residents without any supply of water, forcing them to use portable toilets in the warm summer heat. May also showed me a video on his phone of plumbing issues, some pipes even being held together by duct tape. Another resident sending me photos of what she sees on a day-to-day basis in the complex. Gary May even invited me inside his home to see the issues firsthand, but we were stopped at the front door. May says he had a guest enter the building just earlier in the day, but when I arrived, we were told no tenants' guests were allowed in.
No visitors at all today, perhaps in the door.
So I tried to contact South Bend Housing Authority's executive director about the issues and ended up leaving a voicemail.
The party you are trying to reach is not available to take your call.
Later in the day, water service was restored, but still leaving many unanswered questions for residents. May says he does appreciate the effort being made to address the living conditions.
If the situation does not get resolved in any kind of reasonable time frame and this spills over into multiple days and stuff, that's not really too appreciative.
There's some clouds, but it's not like it shouldn't be that color.
This Granger resident says it's hard to miss. While he's asking to remain anonymous, sharing his experience with WSBT 22, he says a large dust cloud now hangs over the new Microsoft data center construction site at the former St. Joe Farm property near Current and Cleveland Roads. As work intensifies on the massive project, neighbors say so has the dust.
My concern is they say they have all these guidelines that they're going to follow, but yet when driving by and stuff and seeing them not watering the dirt and stuff like they're supposed to be doing, and just seeing it looks like a dust storm kicking up.
I checked out the location for myself, and as you can see, there is a large amount of dust coming from the area. For some, the concerns run deeper than reduced visibility or dirty cars. They fear the dust can have lasting consequences for the community.
Dust pollution, destroying the planet, destroying homes for any animals that live out here. I see the future of many kids that live out here being hurt.
I spoke with St. Joseph County Economic Developer Director Bill Shalio tonight about the dust at the construction site. He says the county plans to bring in more water to the site to reduce the dust, citing recent weather patterns as an additional challenge.
They're trying to tamp down the dust as best as they can. We haven't had rain in a couple of weeks, so I mean it is a little bit of a challenge, but we do know that it's an issue. They know it's an issue. We've had lots of conversations about it, so they're going to continue to work on the issues.
Yeah, JP Page, this home here in the Arlington Heights neighborhood definitely had the most extensive damage that we saw while visiting the neighborhood today. And as you can see, cleanup efforts are still underway, but they showed me firsthand how bad the damage actually was. Numerous volunteers coming together today at the Jimtown Food Bank in Elkhart County, packaging boxes of food for people in need who were affected by last week's storms.
We have families that barely get by, but when they lose everything that they have in their refrigerators and freezers, that is a big problem.
Officials at the Jimtown Food Bank say they were contacted by community members and even the Elkhart County Emergency Management about households across the county in need of help. Jimtown's executive director calling this an emergency food response.
So there are two things that are happening at the same time. We have people that rely on every hour. They're missing out on hours at work. And then the food that they have that's fresh, frozen, and available has completely disappeared.
By the end of the day, volunteers expected to pack nearly 250 boxes filled with everything from fresh produce to canned goods. Jimtown's food bank already supplies food to more than 60 organizations throughout Elkhart County, making today another chance to lend a helping hand when it's needed most. Many of the volunteers today became aware of the emergency food response just hours before showing up. Jeremy Stutzman with La Casa says nearly 400 of the organization's affordable housing units in Elkhart County are still without power.
When people are in need, you help, and so that's been important in my family's life, and we're going to continue doing that.
Even local scouts providing a helping hand.
Part of being a scout is do community service and show up for your community when your community needs you, and that's what we try to teach our scouts. That's what Dominic is here.